Let's talk about Philadelphia. Man, you play them, it's like home run derby.
Oh, totally.
I could understand it if all the games are at Citizen Bank Ballpark in Philadelphia, which is a bandbox. But they're doing this on the road. So they played 29 games. John, how about these stats? 37 home runs in 29 games, 80 extra base hits in 29 games this season. Now, granted, dudes do strike out a lot. They got 241 strikeouts in 29 games. I mean, do the math. What's that, 8 per game, kind of?
Yeah, kind of.
So you got that. But they do have Wheeler. They do have Nola. They do have Suarez. They're 3 deep in the bullpen. That's a really good Phillies team. Next topic, Baltimore Orioles. Look at that logo. They sent the kid, the phenom, the number 1 pick, back to AAA. We talked about Jackson Holliday, the son of the legendary Colorado Rockies star Matt Holliday. He was hitting the daylights out of the ball at Norfolk and AAA International League. Came up here, went 2 for 36, 18 strikeouts. So steep learning curve. They're not going to force it. They sent him back to Norfolk, let him continue to hit. He'll figure out the strike zone, etc. Third logo there, Toronto Blue Jays. You have to explain this one to me. When you've got a lineup that includes Vlad Guerrero, Bo Bichette, Kevin Biggio, George Springer, and the just signed Justin Turner, how come you have a 226 team batting average? And how come runners in scoring position, the Jays are hitting 197? How is that possible? Here's what I got in an email from a Blue Jay beat writer. There's been a lot of construction in downtown Toronto around what used to be the Sky Dome.
Mm-hmm.
And when the roof is open, it changes all the dynamics of Rogers Place. And they played a lot of games with the roof open. They say the wind currents are really weird now because of all these buildings that have gone up in the megaplex around the Sky Dome in Toronto. So that may be an explanation. They just have to close the roof. But how can you have a team of that many proven bats hitting 197 with runners in scoring position? And if you think that's bad, then there's the White Sox. They're 6-22 on the season, and their situation is just not improved. Their team batting average going into Sunday's game, 198. Team batting average, 198. Can you believe that? And of course, they don't have very much pitching because they sent Dylan Cease to the Padres. They do have Mike Clevenger, and that hasn't helped them very much. So interesting MLB baseball stats. And John Riley says,
I say the Blue Jays cannot blame the roof on the stadium. I mean, that's just insane. But yeah, there is a lot of construction around there. We were visiting in Toronto a few years ago, and it's right there next to the CN Tower, which is right by the stadium. It's a great venue there in Toronto. But it is weird they're not hitting, because that's what we all thought they were going to be. They were going to be this really potent lineup. As far as the Phillies go, those guys are just, I mean, they're everything we thought the Padres were going to be. And they're hitting the bombs. They got all the energy, all the enthusiasm. I mean, tip of the hat to them. They got great pitching. You know, it was just 2 years ago, we thought we were like on the cusp of going to the World Series. We lose to Philly, but now we're completely outclassed.
We haven't been the same since that series.
No.
And Padres are 6-11 at home. At home, Petco Park.
Yeah.
Home field. No advantage there. So that's the summary on baseball. If you're a baseball fan and you're with us now on our podcast on live stream, hey, join us in Fans Forum. Just shoot us something in the chat box. You got a question, we got an answer. You got an opinion, I want to hear it so we can respond to it. Fans Forum at the end. If you're a Padre fan or a Dodger fan or an Angel fan, feel free to jump on board.